Hi Virgo, welcome to your mid-month reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of December, as usual, I have two special sales offer available, and one it's yearly reading. It's a 2020 sneak peek, a reading that guides us through the understanding of what kind of major themes, opportunities, and challenges might be a part of the next year cycle for you. And the other one is called A Gift from the Universe. It's a reading that was created considering this Christmas time and season we are celebrating. And it's a reading that focuses solely on bringing positive information, positive news to the surface. It's a reading that looks upon what kind of good opportunities and manifestations might be created for you and happening to you ahead. So, if you would like to know more info about those special offers or any other of my services, again, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So, Virgos, I feel like some of you are dealing with a lot of things that seem inconsistent, that seem to not add up to a picture that would be one that you would be able to comprehend. So basically, some of you feel like you're not able to understand something, and that's kind of heartbreaking for some of you. The absence of understanding, the confusion that stems from this, it's actually something that feels like it's breaking some of your hearts, a feeling of not being able to sustain your doubts with ease, the unknown. There's something here about the unknown really triggering hurt feelings for some of you, and it could be that you feel like there's just this complete loss of control over situations that you wish you would have to make it different, right? To make it more organized or established in a way that you do understand. So when something happens during mid-December that feels like you can't reach the purpose of it, you could be having a very strong emotional reaction to it with the Three of Swords as your challenge. The heart space needs some attention during this time because you might be suffering in silence for some of you, I feel, but you might be somehow suffering and internalizing, processing experiences with pain. For some of you, you might be as well in a moment where you're being called to make some adjustments, okay? For some, it could be logistics, something about logistics. So you could be making adjustments when it comes to home, when it comes to work, okay? Perhaps there has been changes there, or there will be. For others of you, it's adjustments when it comes to finances, when it comes to relationships. It's like it's there's a lot that is being asked for Virgos that feel unfair to you, that feel like, why do I have to consistently be the one, right, adapting and giving and in a way kind of losing what you feel you should be in control of, which are your own ideas, okay, of how things should be. Some of you are very attached to this notion of how things should be, okay? It's like you have fixed ideas about the rights and wrongs, and when you're being asked to be in more adaptable, that causes you anxiety and pain because it forces you to pull out, right, out of that attachment. And anything we're attached to, when we detach, there's a natural feeling of separation, so hurt with a previous identification. Some of you have this type of detachment happening as well, with something or someone that is causing you grief or anxiety, and that you might still be a little bit in denial of because you have the Two of Swords. So you are making this kind of tricky um, dance between the three to the two. It's like you're taking a step back where you shouldn't, because the two of swords is when we are in denial about um, what we don't want to see, what we don't want to acknowledge, what we don't want to um, admit, right? Either coming from our own selves or from what's happening around us. It's like we don't want to see. It's those type of situations where something is happening, but we choose not to see, because if we see, if we know, we have to make something about it. And so the two of swords is that energy that crosses the swords to apparently protect the heart, but it's inevitable because the three is still going to happen. So you have been perhaps delaying a situation, right? Or an option or a decision or acknowledging something because you know it's going to hurt you or hurt someone. It could also be. And so you have been avoiding, like you have been pushing back in a way the truth of the matter. Some of you, it's like mid-December, it's like now or never. So it's like that feeling of this is the time to make certain things clear, being with you, being with others. If you want honest dealings, honest relationship, honest commitments, honest everything, you have to be giving as well that same energy of truth out. And I'm feeling like some of you are a little bit in this panicking energy because you might be pushed all over with the Six of Pentacles, like you might be in need, right, to constantly be purging out things that you just want to have hidden inside of you, or things that you don't want to deal with, but yet help me, call me, come see me. The Six of Pentacles, I'm feeling like for some of you is like that cry for help, that constant need Virgos, right? So it's like call Virgo for this because they are going to show up. And that energy of you being needed during this time, for some reason it upsets you because perhaps you will have to find yourself be vulnerable, or again adapting to deal with people and circumstances that you would rather not to. The truth might be that you would rather not be giving the helping hand because maybe you don't want to waste that money, or you don't want to waste your time, or you don't want to waste your emotions, but you're being called to go there. And the question is, what makes you go there if you go there, right? Is it really about, it's like you're pretending to be nice, you're pretending to be a good friend or a good person, or you're just so afraid and terrified to give of yourself that this causes, again, all of this anxiety, all of this pain, all of this problematic, association with giving of yourself. It's not, a very easy time for some of you mentally in particular, because you're in conflict with yourself mostly. And so this internal conflict between two sides, okay, that oppose the actual truth is transpiring obviously to the things around you, where you start to also see conflict. The good thing is the Six of Pentacles represents balance, right? It represents generosity. It represents help and assistance. So if you are in need of help, ask. If someone asks you for your help and you truthfully want to help. If you are helping because you have to, don't do it. It's going to extend the sensation of you always being taken out of your comfort, your security, your needs, your everything. It's a feeling like the more you hold on to your thing of it's mine, right? It's my life, my body, my energy, my money, whatever it is, the more you hold on tightly to it out of fear, I keep getting like the universe is testing you to give away. give away, give away, give away. And it's interesting because it's a message that has showed already for some of you in your December reading. And so you might want to listen to that if this message is resonating. But there's that feeling of uh, the possessiveness, the attachments, uh, the greed in a way, the need to have absolute control. It might backfire at this time because it's one of those times where Virgos are really needed. You could really be called to be a part of something important. It could be, again, a cause, a project, work, opportunity. I feel like some of you will be called to do something that feels like big or has an impact, and you're panicking. Honestly, it is a feeling like the success calling and you panicking because suddenly everybody, notices you or remembers you or wants a piece of you. And that feeling that everybody wants a piece of you, and you are in this flight and fight mode. So there's anxiety as well here. It might be easily triggered when you're feeling that you need to give. The actual thing here is the opening up, is the giving. Okay, when you are called to give, and maybe you are used to, you consider yourself a giver, but maybe you don't give, or you have not been giving with honesty with yourself. Again, when it comes to, you do things to please others, or you do things to shut them up, or to appear as being a good friend and a good person with a good soul, instead of just saying no, I don't want to help, I can't help right now because I have to focus on myself, or I have other things going on, or I just can't. Maybe admitting that you can help. So you have been helping either for appearances, some of you Virgos, or because you don't want to be seen as a bad person or selfish, but you're being selfish by doing this regardless. And it feels like it's not this notion that you're not selfish because you say no, or because you refuse to give of yourself to something you don't consider that is valuable and important, or when don't say the things that you really want to say, and you completely block your throat chakra and your heart space. So these two sides of you during mid-December might be a little bit repressed. Okay, your communication and your emotional openness. I feel like some of you, it gets better in January, but you are asked to say goodbye to situations and patterns that expand damage, expand heartbreak. So what it needs to be, in a way, this likely feeling of damage control. Something already has been like, right, it's already there, the Three of Swords. So something already has, caused or will be causing hurt, but you can control this damage, not allow it to grow stronger, if you choose honesty and action upon the time being where that honesty is needed. So I hope you have a great mid-December. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.